All right, Sarah Wynn here with WTWH Media's Packaging OEM, here with GS1 US, Teresa Williams. Teresa, it's a pleasure to talk with you today.
Yes, I'm very excited to talk about NRF. It was amazing, and it's so great to meet you.
Yes, it's a pleasure. So, yeah, Teresa
Mhm.
was on the show floor, NRF show this.
Mhm.
Want to tell me about it? How was it?
Well, NRF, it was, this is my seventh one. And I think that this might have broke some records. The scale was immense. There was a sea of 40,000 retail innovators representing, I don't know, maybe over 5,000 brands, 100 different countries, over 1,000 exhibits. It was incredible. It's incredible.
Incredible. A sea of
Mhm.
people. Sounds like a lot was happening in the Big Apple.
Yes.
So, in terms then, I write about machines, packaging machine builders, OEMs. What do you think they need to know from what happened at NRF?
So a big, the biggest theme at NRF, so innovation, collaboration, always there. The dominant theme was artificial intelligence. That's not shocking to anyone. But we're just not talking about the different concepts anymore. We're really seeing real world applications. We're seeing things really transform. And I think that it was really set when the keynote Google CEO unveiled their Universal Commerce Protocol, and essentially it's AI agents to help really with the future of how to help consumers with their retail journey. So discovering different purchases, how do we make that process easier? I don't find it difficult to go shopping myself, but not everybody's like me. So utilizing AI agents is definitely here and now. Also, when I was talking about innovation and collaboration, innovation, as far as AI, there's RFID, there's robotics, vision systems, but also the collaboration. There was some really big news with Google and Walmart. So Google or Walmart's utilizing Gemini, Google's Gemini for the consumer experience too. And, so some of those big collaboration announcements were pretty amazing to hear.
Awesome. And I want to step back for a second, talk about GS1 US and your role. Can you kind
Oh,
of
great.
share what your kind of day to day looks like?
Yeah, who am I? Yeah, so Teresa Williams. I'm a strategic account director here at GS1 US. And for those who aren't really familiar with who GS1 is, we are a not-for-profit standards organization. So we're best known for creating and administering the UPC barcode. That's why we're in retail. Specifically here in the US, and we play a major role in helping companies across industries improve their supply chain efforts with the utilization of our standards. And so we provide the identification, the capturing, and the sharing concepts around products, companies, and location to create that interoperability. And my role,
Yeah.
I'm a strategic account manager. My focus is building and nurturing relationships with our active members. And so I act as a primary contact to make sure that those members and partners of ours understand and leverage our standards in a way that really supports industry.
And of course, the barcode on every package. It's where we come into our conversation today.
Over 50 years, over 50
Yes.
years. Yep.
And we are both in Ohio right now. The first barcode was scanned in Ohio.
Yes, it was. Yep.
Very
Yep.
nice. So let's talk barcodes then. 1D, 2D. It's 2026. Sunrise 2027 is coming up. That's the industry's date to transition to 2D barcodes at point of sale systems.
Mhm.
Any barcode info you may want to tie in from NRF?
Yeah, absolutely. So the whole concept around AI, it naturally leads to the importance of accurate data. So, utilizing the GS1 standards and implementing them into any data carrier, 1D, 2D, RFID is very important. And, that shift from that 1D to 2D is so huge because that 2D barcode is really going to enhance the consumer experience, the supply chain. It's going to help you meet regulatory standards because it just holds so much more important data.
Mm-hmm. The important thing to tie into is the impact of smartphones. I'm sure you saw plenty of them on the show floor.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So the being able, when you're picking up a package and today you're looking at this package and it's got different logos for different certifications. It could be fair trade, it could be organic, it could be gluten-free, and then there's multiple 2D barcodes to take you to different websites, recyclability, or to just the brand website. And it almost looks like it's NASCAR branded. So with the concept of Sunrise 2027, it's a single barcode, not only for the consumer to scan with their phones to be able to engage with the brand to find out who, where, and what the product is made of, but also be able to scan at point of sale for all of that supply chain magic to happen in the background.
Supply chain magic. And then would you say
Mhm.
these 2D barcodes are like the gateway to digital experiences?
I would absolutely say they are the gateway to digital experiences. There's so much that the brain can do to engage with their consumer. You can utilize it to inform the consumer of where their product came from. For that whole farm to fork initiative, you can inform the consumer of any type of recalls in an instant. So rather than having to find out from watching the news that, oh, their lettuce is bad, they can get a notification right away that throw it out. You don't need to consume it. You shouldn't consume it.
Don't consume. Could you kind of share how would that work? How, if I'm the consumer, I bought the lettuce, what would that look like?
When you're for the consumer, we're talking about encoding your lot, batch, expiry information, serialization information. So when you are locked in with that brand and you've indicated that you've purchased this product, you're now locked in with the information that's associated to that product. So you're able to get that information right away.
Got it. Okay, thank you. And in terms of supply chain, anything else from the NRF show floor you may want to add?
From a supply chain perspective, it was, a lot of it has to do with automation. We saw a lot of improved information through AI, the richer data, being able to replenish more quickly with information that's provided, in real time. So the utilization of RFID was huge
Yeah,
in automation. So when we talk about GS1 standards, it's hard not to also dip into the RFID technology. So we saw some incredible solutions around supply chain visibility. So there were some solutions from Beyond Tag and Impinge that showcased RAIN RFID that provides that real time supply chain information to provide that true resilience. And then we also saw some really great RFID technology at our Zebra partners around smart fitting rooms, and then their relationship with Lowe's to use RFID to combat retail crime. Um, another really cool concept that we saw was from Wiliot, and they use Gen 3 IoT pixels. It's a battery-free sensor. So not only are you getting location information, but you're also getting temperature and humidity, which is huge. It's game changer for cold chain traceability. And it's also really great for meeting the evolving retailer compliance requirements around temperature management.
appreciate that. And cold chain's an interesting one. Did you see
Yes.
any unique RFID tags on any cold chain products or any other unique applications possibly?
I think that Wiliot technology is really interesting. It's small, it's sleek, battery free, and you get so much robust information
Mhm.
from that. And then pairing it with the 2D barcode is really the full the full supply chain to consumer experience automation and solution for the consumer and for the consumer experience and then for the retailer.
Appreciate that. And in terms of OEMs, machine builders,
Mhm.
anything you may want to add in terms of what they should know from NRF, anything on machine design in terms of the final product, final package that comes out. We had previously discussed with your colleague Andrew, printing, the importance of labeling, anything you may want to add?
So really for manufacturers now, it's adding the 2D barcode to your packaging, start now. Start now is huge. I like to my whole mindset around failing fast is something that I'm strong. I strongly resonate with, but the move starts now. So it's imperative that you work with, other solution providers to help with that smooth transition, work with your retail partners to ensure that that everyone is connected and that just start small, but start now.
Yeah. And any advice for manufacturers working with OEMs on making this transition to 2D barcodes?
I think just the communication, just making sure that your teams are all informed and that you're working together.
All right. So, Teresa, I will leave the floor to you. Anything else you may want to add about NRF or what you saw in New York City?
All this talk about AI and then the consumer experience, what resonated with me as an employee, I was an employee at a retailer for so many years prior to, back in college. And it's really, really great that that larger companies are utilizing AI and that human synergy. So they're utilizing some of the AI tools to enhance their employee knowledge. So they're using gamification, they're using internal reward systems to help improve the knowledge of their associates, to give their customers the experience, the real person-to-person experience. Mm-hmm. And I really want to touch on REI CEO who emphasized how it's the human with someone's human experience. I have a colleague that's doing a 100-miler. Actually, she's pacing somebody. She's already done 100 miles, but she's pacing someone. Not a single person or not a single AI tool or not really that many people can resonate with that sort of passion. But to find somebody at a retailer that, loves something that you love doing and you can talk through that experience and what you can get from their products from that and enhance that even more so is irreplaceable. So I think that's also kind of
irreplaceable. Very nice, Teresa. It sounds like you had a great time in New York City.
It was great. Great.
Welcome back to the Buckeye State.
So, I like a flow over here.
Awesome. I appreciate you meeting with me and hearing your insights from NRF.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.